Hello everyone and a warm welcome from City Club Cricket Ground. You are watching Boshundhara Sports City Last Man Stands Dhaka League, powered by ACE and sponsored by T Sports. The second game of the day between Mavi Limited and Executive Gladiators. It's Murad Hussain Ajad is opening the proceedings for Executive Gladiators. And Tushar Ahmed and Pappi Mojumdar are the opening batters for Mavi. That's stabbed for a single only. So 3 singles on the trot. A positive start certainly for Mavi. They're keeping the scoreboard moving right from the word go. This one makes it 4. A steady start for both the Mavi batters. That's a cracking stroke. Will this be caught? No chance. It's over the line for a 6. 10 runs from the first over, and this 6 spoil a very good over from Murad Hussain Ajad. It's 10 for none after 1. A low full toss to kickstart the second over. A single has been fetched. Tushar Ahmed gets a single and moves to 9. It's a cloudy weather here at City Club Cricket Ground right now, although it was a sunny day, but black clouds are flying over and it's looking ominous. That's drilled down the ground straight to long on. It's Alauddin Ronnie for the over number 2, and he is pairing up with the opening bowler. That's wide. First extra of this game. Alauddin Ronnie just missed his line and went too wide off stump. Bit of deviation from the surface. Appeal for a stumping as well. No response from the leg umpire Shifat though. Mojahid Hussain Naim and Shifatul Islam are the match officials. A sweet breeze is blowing over the ground, and this makes it more comfortable for the cricketers to play. It's 13 for none. Attempt of a cut, but missed it completely. It's been a decent over from Alauddin Rani. In fact, a good over. Only 3 runs from it, and a delivery to go. A stylish cricketer. Has a ponytail on his back, and the way he bends his hair. That's lovely to watch. In the meantime, it's a lovely shot to watch as well, but it finds the man at deep cover. Ends the over with a single. After 2, it's 14 for none, Mavi Limited. So a change in bowling in the third over. It's Morshadul Rashid, the regular face of Executive Gladiators. Starts off with a long hop. That was not a complete long hop, but that was too short. The batter could have easily put this one away, but he missed out the opportunity. Down the leg, just clips it off the pads, but there is a fielder patrolling the deep fine leg. $15 for none, Mavi. They have been slow and steady from the get-go. That's deliberate. Nicely played, but that won't travel the distance. Good footwork as well from the fielder to stop the ball. In last man stands cricket, we often see that the fielders using their leg more than their hands, because you need to understand this is amateur cricket and you can't expect a professional level fitness from an amateur player who works 5 days in a week and comes to play a game in the weekend. So sometimes it's difficult for the players to get down and stop the ball in the quick succession. Hence they use their feet to stop the ball, and sometimes they succeed, sometimes they don't, but it's a common scene. That's cracked through the covers, but there is a fielder. And that ends the third over as well. After 3, it's 19 for none. Alauddin Rani is getting his field right, stationing the fielders at the right areas. It's important in last man stands cricket because you only have 6 fielders out at the boundary edge. That's a lovely shot, straight down the ground, but it finds the fielder who misses the catch. This could be the first blood, but it's Murad Hussain Ajad who drops a difficult chance. Yes, it was difficult. He had to dive for it. But this could be the wicket number 1 for Alauddin Rani as well as Executive Gladiators. Plays it across the line. Will just be a single. So boundaries are not coming for Mavi Limited for a long time. Since the first 5 overs are on, we see a lot of boundaries and over boundaries in last man stands. The openers tend to be aggressive. Slower and beats the batter completely, but the keeper makes a blunder. Hands on head. He reckons he should have caught this one. Disappointing stuff for the bowler, and Ronnie has been very much unfortunate in this over. In the first delivery, a catch was put down, and once again, the keeper is leaking runs. That's a lofted cover drive. It will take a 1 bound and go on to the fence. Is it a boundary or a 6? The confusion is still there. It's a 6. Alright, it bounds inside, not outside the rope. It's a 6. And that's the first 6 of this game. And it came from the bat of Pappi Mojumdar. Bowled him! Some justice eventually for Alauddin Rani. A catch was dropped in the very first ball of this over. But he says, I don't need anyone's help. I will bowl the batter out. And the first blood has been drawn eventually after 4. It's 31 for 1. What a way. What a way to start the over for Morshidul Rashida. It's a dot. Goes straight down the ground. Will it beat the fielder? It will. A boundary for Tushar Ahmed. The opening batter just has lost his partner and taken the charge of attacking the bowlers. .35 on the board in loss of 1 wicket. Clipped off the pads. Will just be a single. It's a sandy outfield here at City Club, although not much grass, which helps the ball to run faster. That's a toe crusher. A very good delivery from Rashid. Right at the block hole. and the batter somehow just blocks it. Attempt for a lofted shot, missed it thoroughly, did MD Murshid. 5 gone, it's 36 for 1, and there will be a change of voice in the comm box. Akib Amin will be with you till the 10th over.
Thank you, Alif. Yeah, it has been a sedate start for Mavi Limited. They haven't really run away with the game. Only 36 on the board after 5 overs. And on the other hand, Executive Gladiators will also be happy because they have picked up a wicket. So it's very even Stevens for the moment. Both will say that we are still in a stage to launch. And down the ground, what a shot that is from Tushar Ahmed. That was hit with some serious power. Initially, it looked like that it would only be one run to that straight mid-off fielder, but when Tushar connected it, there was a lot of power behind it and gave the long off fielder no chance whatsoever to stop it. Another hoik across the line this time, gets an inside edge, and there should be a couple of runs. Or it beats the fielder to the boundary. That's a lucky boundary. I'm sure Tushar did not intend it to play it that way, but in the end he gets a boundary, so he'll take it. The score moves to 44, and finally Mavi Limited has decided that they need to step on the gas. Alauddin Rani continues in his 3rd over. Normally you don't see a bowler bowling 3 overs straight, especially in LMS cricket. Has been pushed away on the offside by Tushar Ahmed. This time, after all those power shots, we see some delicacy. He moves to 27 of 13 deliveries. He's going at a strike rate of over 200, which is ideal, especially in this format. Once again pushed away through the offside for another easy single. This time Murshid gets off the strike with that push. And Mavi Limited, in the first game we saw only 119 runs scored in the first innings, and Mavi Limited probably was watching that game, and they should know that this pitch is not very sufficient for batting. Another shot played on the leg side this time. A bit of helicopter in that, a bit of flick on the wrist, and gets a single only in the end. And that ends over number 6 with the score at 47 for 1. Faisal Ahmed to start his first over with the shades on. Has been bowled fast into the pitch and has been hit towards that deep square leg fielder for a single by Murshid. Yeah, reminds you a bit of Daniel Vittori, who was known for bowling with those shades on. And later on, it kind of became a trend. We saw a lot of spinners doing it. That's been bowled wide and given as a wide by the umpire. There was a appeal by the wicketkeeper, probably to distract the umpire from giving it a wide, but to no avail. The umpire gives it a wide, and that takes the score to 49. Look to that's been swept away to that deep square leg fielder for another single. Morshad moves on to 3 and brings Tushar Ahmed back on strike. Yeah. Once again, it's bowling very quickly is Faisal Ahmed. Is not giving any opportunity for the batsman to get under the ball. Fast into the pitch, a bit of Rashid Khan or Shahid Afridi style, whereas they bowl very fast into the pitch, not giving any room whatsoever, any length whatsoever to get under for the batsman. Once again, that's been hit straight and beats the long on fielder for a boundary. There was an opportunity for a catch, but the long on fielder was a bit too slow to react. It was an attempted sweep that went straight. Interesting shot from Tushar, and it takes him to 33. Down on one leg. That was a very elegant looking shot. Another flat batted shot, but this time in the air and finds no man's land for a single. Once again was looking to slash it, got a top edge, and that ends over number 7 with the score at 55 for 1. A boundary to start over number 8 for Tushar Ahmed. That was slashed, it was wide, and Tushar gave everything into it. And in the end, it wheels him 4 runs and takes the score to 59 for 1. So that's what they say. When you slash, you have to slash hard. Ahmed Rizal Mustafa Ghali is the new bowler. Hit away on the offside, but finds that deep cover fielder for a single. Finally, a bit of sunlight. It was quite gloomy for the last hour and a half, and there were signs of rain, but for the moment, we're seeing the sun once again. Another attempted sweep down on one leg. Murshid seems to prefer that sweep shot, but yeah, especially with no helmets on in LMS cricket, you won't see the batsman sweeping very often because it's a bit dangerous with no helmet on. But Murshid is someone who likes to sweep. This time cut away on the offside and should find the boundary, and does find the boundary. Didn't hit it too hard, just looked to find a gap, and boy did he succeed or what. This time I played it with soft hands on the leg side for another easy single to conclude over number 8, and the score is 65 for 1. Wide given by the umpire. Faisal Ahmed continues in his second over. Went a bit too wide, probably expecting the batsman to play that sweep shot. Hence, he's looking to take it away from the batsman. Looking to take it away from his arc. Once again, we see that slog sweep, and this time, has it cleared the boundary? It has. The umpire has signaled it 6 runs. I've seen Murshid attempting that shot quite a few times, and this time, finally, it pays full dividends. And he moves to 15. Probably this boundary will get him going. Once again, bowled wide. Yeah, Faisal is really fearful of that sweep shot that Murshid is playing. Hence, is looking to bowl it short, looking to bowl it wide. Not letting Murshid access that leg side boundary. This time Murshid is able to hit it through the offside for another boundary. Wow, what a shot that is from Murshid. Short and wide. The ploy of bowling short and wide is not working for Faisal because he's already conceded a wide, which wielded 3 runs, and now a boundary and a 6. So this has been a very expensive over. And Faisal needs to rethink his strategy over here. Probably needs to vary his pace. That's been hit straight down the ground, and the ball is coming straight to it out. But ends up going to the boundary for another 4 runs. Hit very straight. And Murshid has really found his rhythm in this over. He's moved on to 26 very quickly of just 13 deliveries. It was Tushar all along who was finding the boundary, but now Murshid has really put the foot on the accelerator. And Mavi Limited all of a sudden has found their rhythm, and the run rate has skyrocketed over 9 runs per over. At one point it was below 7. Yeah, just the momentum that they required, especially with 7 wickets in hand. He should be looking to go full throttle from here with 11 overs remaining. And this is LMS cricket. Once again, another sweep shot. He dragged it from way outside the line of off stump and still manages to find the boundary on the leg side. Now that is class. The bowler was fearful of that sweep. He went wide, he went outside off, trying to keep that sweep shot away. But Murshid, in the end, manages to get a hold of it and ends up getting a boundary. And that ends over number 9 with the score at 87 for 1. What happened there? Was the batsman not ready? No, it's actually been given as a legal delivery. The batsman was completely caught off guard. He had no clue whatsoever what happened there. Has been picked away on the leg side, and it drops just short of the fielder, and who makes a complete hash of it and ends up conceding a boundary. Tushar moves to 43 with that boundary. And Ajad, who's into his second over, bowled a very deceptive slower ball in his first delivery, which completely bamboozled the batsman. But in his second delivery, the batsman gets his revenge by hitting a boundary. Again, another attempted slower delivery. This time it's been miscued in the air and falls in no man's land. The fielder at long on tried to cover ground, but just wasn't quick enough to get to the ball and ends up giving away a single, and which takes Tushar, who had his heart in his mouth when he played that shot because he completely miscued it, but ends up getting 1 run for it. Oh, that's been guided away on the offside by Morshed this time. We're seeing some real fireworks from both the batters now. It was initially just Tushar who was taking on the bowlers and Murshid was getting his eye in, but now that both are well set, we can certainly expect some fireworks from here, especially in the next 4-5 overs. Oh, that's a very interesting looking shot. Scooped away, but there is a fielder at deep, fine leg who will cover ground. And that ends over number 10 with the score at 94 for 1. And we will have a change here at the comm box. Alif Taslim will be taking it from here.
Thank you so much, Akib. After 10, it's 95 for 1. A great comeback by Mavi Limited. Oni Khan, in fact, that's been swatted away in the gap, bisected those two fielders, and that's gone for... It's a 6 or a boundary. We're waiting for the confirmation. It's a boundary. Yes, it's a boundary. And between those two fielders, and that's the 50 for Tushar Ahmed. The brilliant innings comes to a close. 50 from 26, and as per the rule of last man stands, he needs to go off. Ishak Shajul is the new man instead of Tushar Ahmed. So So it's a new partnership will be in building. Oni Khan misses his line, goes wide outside the off stump. Has been an experienced campaigner. Was one of the part of the last man stands commentary panel as well. Low full toss, driven away through the covers. Mavi Limited, they're going with the rate of around 10, which is certainly a healthy run rate in this pitch. Low full toss, and that's been belted out of the park, and that's a half a dozen. This is 4 stuff from Oni Khan, and it's a no ball as well. It's rather rubbing salt into the wound. There will be a free hit for the next delivery too. It's turning out to be a very, very expensive over. Already 18 runs and yet a delivery to go. Once again a full toss, once again it slapped, but very much fortunately for Oni Khan that it found the fielder, and it's not more than a single. Nonetheless, it's a very expensive over, 19 runs from this Oni Khan over. After 11, it's 113 for 1 Mavi. That's way down the leg. Ahmed Rejaul Mustafa didn't have a very bright start. 11 runs from his first over. Has to be tight and accurate. Can't bowl down the leg or way outside the off. Oops. Some issues on the run up once again. So in the last 10 deliveries, there were 3 wides and a no ball. And that goes to show how indisciplined the executive Gladiators bowlers are, at least in the last couple of overs. They must have to rectify this thing. They just need to bowl stump to stump for keeping the basic right, and at the same time it will be important for them to produce as many dot balls as possible, because the dot balls will mount pressure on the batting side, and that can be a way of picking up a wicket for the bowlers. There was an overthrow, but fortunately no extra run has been taken. Good recovery from Oni Khan as well. That's put in the gap, but oh my goodness, the fielder makes an absolute hash of it. First of all, he overran, then he slipped, and the ball also spun a little. All in all, it's a boundary for Mohammad Murshid. He's also moving towards his 50 on 47 from just 20 deliveries. It's gonna be a cracker of an innings for this lad. Down the leg, shouts of catch it, could be caught, but the fielder spoils it completely. Mohammad Murshid gets his 50 in a grand fashion. It's a 6 over deep fine leg. Is it a 6 or a boundary? It's a boundary. And Murshid is going off as per the rule of last man stands. It's 1-2-4 for 1. Alright, so we are back after the break, and that's the last delivery, which has been driven beautifully. But this time around, the fielder will be there to stop it. A single to end the 12th over, certainly an auspicious one for Mavi as well. It's 125 for 1. On the pads, change of bowling. Oni Khan has been removed, and understandable as well. He leaked a lot of runs, and it's very much evident that he's not in touch. That's cracked straight down the ground for a single. Oni Khan has been playing after a long time. After the break, this is the first game after more than 2 months. That's gonna be 6. And that's been disappeared out of the ground. There's no one to catch this. Ishak Shajol takes the charge and hits Murshidul Rashid out of the park. That's cut straight to the fielder. The sun and the clouds are playing hide and seek here at Mirpur. Sometimes it's getting cloudy and sometimes the sun is popping out and it's beating down as well. That's cracked once again in the gap. But the fielder gets enough time. That ends the 13th over. It's 134 for 1. It's Tanjim Saif for the first time. Starts off with a poor delivery, but he will get a wicket. The batter has completely gifted him a wicket. That's like a suicide. A short delivery, not much of a pace. He easily could have put this one away, but he picked out the man at tip mid wicket. And it's Ashikuza Manashi who just comes and goes. It's wicket number 2 for Executive Gladiators. Mavi Limited are 2 down. It's 134 for 2. That's 6. Oh wow, what a shot! Didn't try to overhit, just timing. Sheer timing. And the sound of the willow tells it all. As soon as he hit it, the distance was sure. Russell Islam gets off the mark by hitting a 6. And Mohammad Murad Hussein Ajad will be under the pump straight away. Once again, goes high up. 2 men are converging. Oni Khan is under it, but he spills it. He spills it out of his hands. Back-to-back 6s for Russell Islam. And it's like he's in a party mood today. He's dealing in 6s. Well, is it a 6 or a boundary? It's a boundary, I beg your pardon. It's a boundary, not a 6. Goes again, but misses it. Very, very fortunate that it didn't hit the stumps, otherwise he would be gone. Ishak Shajul was interested to take a double, but Russell Islam said no, one will be enough. Already we are going in a great run rate. There is no reason of risking the team. Thickish outside edge, and that's in the gap too. 4 more runs gets added to the tally. Mavi Limited are 166 for 2. And the 15th over is turning in to be an expensive one. Short, banged. Oni Khan is there, but beats him. That was struck so hard, and it was almost impossible for someone like Oni Khan to stop it. 170 on the board on the 15th over, and Mavi Limited is heading towards the mammoth total. And for the business end of the game, you will have the exciting voice of Akib Amin.
Thank you, Ali, for the compliment there. And certainly there will be some excitement for the next 5 overs. And that's an indication from Russell Islam. He starts the 16th over with a powerful boundary down the ground, showing his power, showing his wrists. I think it was probably an attempted Yorker by Tanzim, but that was some power from Russell. This time it's flighted, and once again it's been belted down the ground. Easily clears the boundary for a 6, and the scoreboard is rollicking along at 12 runs per over. The score is 180 for 3, 180 for 2, beg your pardon. And Russell has really come out with a serious positive intent. He's in a barraging mood at the moment, is Russell. 20 of 6 deliveries. And once again, another big shot, another 6. Wow, this is some hitting from Russell. Is it a 6 or is it a boundary? It seems like it's been given as 4 runs, yeah. Just 1 bounce before crossing over the boundary, but Russell has really decided that he's going to go after everything here. He does not care about his wicket. It's about getting as many runs as possible in the last 5 overs. And that should be the way to go, especially when you have 5 wickets, 6 wickets in hand. Another shot down the ground, another 6. Wow! This is some finishing from Russell. The perfect finisher. Mavi Limited has found the perfect finisher in the latter 5 overs. Yeah, often teams require a player like this, especially for the last 5, 6 overs. Someone who can come in and really set the set the tempo alive in any stage. That's a top edge this time, looking to pull, but it's rolling over to the boundary in the fine leg region. Because there was no fine leg fielder, all it needed was some bat, and that gives Russell his 5th boundary of the over. Every ball of this over has gone to the boundary and ends a very expensive over of 24 runs, and the score is 194 for 2 after 16. Both batters are really rollicking along. One is batting on 36 of 11 deliveries, the other at 34 of 9. Both have scored combinedly 70 runs of just 20 balls. And here we see a classical forward defense. What a turn of events. Both are going at a strike rate of over 300, which is absolutely unbelievable. With less than 4 overs remaining, I think they should be going after everything here. A full toss, flat batted through the offside for a boundary. That's a poor delivery and gets exactly what it deserved. Yeah, the non-striker is saying it would have been a wide, but why would you want to waste a juicy full toss like that? Oni Khan into his 2nd over. Another full toss, another juicy full toss, which has been swept away on the offside for another boundary, and which brings the 200. Actually, it's actually cleared the boundary. That's not a boundary, it's a 6, and takes Shojol to 46. And the score goes over 200 with still over 3 overs remaining. We are definitely 250. The way Mavi Limited is going, 250 is definitely on the cards. There were one stage 34 for 1 after 5 overs. It was quite a sedate start, but in the last 11 overs we have seen over 170 runs scored. Another short delivery, another 6. This is just toying. Shojol goes to 50 of just 15 deliveries. After all that onslaught on the executive Gladiator bowlers, he leaves the field and gets a rounding applause from everyone, from the comm box, from the crowd, and from the dugout. What an innings it was from Shojol. And executive Gladiators will feel a sigh of relief because the danger man has left the crease for the moment. Another juicy short delivery this time. Flat batted straight to that deep cover fielder by the new batsman Joy, Mehdi Hassan Joy. And that ends over number 17 with the score at 211 for 2. Joy looks to drag it on the offside, looks to find the gap, and will he find the gap? Yep, the fielder tried to use his feet but couldn't manage to stop the ball from going to the boundary. He will never impress anyone with those soccer skills. Good thing he chose cricket. Down the track, misses it, and keeper tries to do a stumping but just couldn't take the bails off in time because he was imbalanced and lost the grip of the ball. Joy on strike once again. This time short and wide, and Joy misses out. I think the better option is to give Russell the strike for the moment, because with only 2.5 overs remaining, and with Russell in the barraging mood that he's in, who hasn't had the strike for the last 9 deliveries. Another slower delivery and another dot delivery. I think Russell is indicating to him, just give me the strike. There's no real need for Joy to go for the big shot. I think with the last ball of the over coming in, I think it's better that Joy goes for it, because there's no point taking a single now. And Joy goes for it, and it's bowled him. That ball kept a bit low from Ajad, and Joy went for that big hoik across the line, but completely missed it. And the frustration got the better of him. He couldn't lay bat on ball, missed the delivery on 3 occasions, and finally his stumps get rattled, and that ends over number 18 with the score at 215 for 3. Over number 19 begins with a dot delivery by Rashid. And finally, Russell gets the strike. He hasn't had the strike for the last couple of overs. Oh, that's been flat batted straight down the ground. He continues where he left off, and the bowler parries it over the boundary for a 6. And Russell, with only 8 deliveries remaining, he'll be looking to fully utilize these final few overs or final few deliveries. Lost their momentum a bit, has Mavi Limited, after the loss of... that's another attempted shot, but this time it's been taken on the deep leg side boundary. Russell's cameo comes to an end. I think he got a bit frustrated in the last couple of overs because he didn't have the strike, lost a bit of momentum, and hence Mavi Limited lose their 4th wicket with the score at 219 for 4. This time flicked away by Tushar, who's back in the field. After scoring a 50, he went out in the 10th over, but now he's back to give the finishing touches to Mavi Limited. It looked like at one point that they're going to cross over to 250, but hit away straight down the ground for another single. But Mavi Limited has lost their momentum in the last couple of overs. And that ends over number 19. Abdus Salam batting 1-of-1 delivery. I think he should be giving the strike to Tushar Ahmed, who's had a good feel of the pitch. Although he's come back after a while. First delivery is hit away on the leg side, and I think Mavi Limited will not mind that whatsoever, because it brings Tushar back on strike for the last 4 deliveries of the innings. He'll be looking to use that long handle to good effect. Full toss, goes down the ground and clears the boundary with ease. The fielder looks on over his head. At first sight, it seemed that he might have an opportunity for a catch, but later on, he just gave up. Finally a 6 after 2 overs. The last 2 overs, the boundaries really dried up, but Tushar has brought some sanity. This time it's been a well executed Yorker this time by Alauddin Rani. And Tushar, it's actually bowled. Beg your pardon there. There was hardly any reaction whatsoever from anyone. But it was a very, very good Yorker by Ronnie, and really Tushar just didn't get enough time to dig it out. Just got completely beaten for pace. And especially during the death overs, that's a very, very effective ball. You hardly see anyone trying that these days, because the Yorker is a risky delivery. A lot of bowlers tend to get it wrong and ends up bowling low full tosses, which wields even more in the batsman's favor. But if you execute it well, it is a serious delivery. Another attempted Yorker, but this time it goes wrong. Ends up becoming a full toss, but the new batsman is unable to take full toll of that. Morshad is back, who has also scored a half century, who also went off the field. We've already had 3 batsmen for Mavi Limited crossing the half century mark, and we're down to the last ball of the innings now. And it's been hit away on the leg side, and he clears the boundary. What a fitting way to finish the innings with a boundary. And summarizes the innings of Mavi Limited, which has been filled with big shots and boundaries. And what a fitting way to finish it off. The score is 233 for 5, and it is going to take executive Gladiators. They will have to bat out of their skins to chase this score down. And we'll be back shortly with the second innings. Do join us then.